Look, you've been here to halftime. It's our third halftime guest of this boys basketball campaign. We had on head football coach Michael Harrison last Friday. Had on the former assistant AD Todd Blomberg on Tuesday, and now we're sitting down with the new Belleville East Athletic Director Joe Nesbit. Coach, thanks for coming up here.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
I was going to get you up here last Friday, but you were in Chicago for your boys volleyball.
Club volleyball tournament for two of my kids were playing in, so yeah.
How'd that go for you guys?
Went great for one of them and not as great for the other, but, you know, that's how these big club volleyball tournaments go.
And in Chicago, how long were you up there for? When'd you come back?
Friday night to Sunday night.
Friday night, Sunday.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so, all right, so talk about you know, boys volleyball coach and now the athletic director. You got that role in the summer, start of the summer.
Right.
What was that process like, you know, becoming AD?
Yeah, you know, it's a job that doesn't open up often,
Yeah.
you know, and if you're an educator, if you're a coach, and you want to be a part of athletics, you know, it's something that maybe you kind of keep your eye on for a long time. And you know, when I was younger, and it wasn't something that was on my radar, but the opportunity presented itself, and I thought I was at a good point in my career and a good point with my family to consider doing it. And so I threw my name in the hat, and you know, here we are.
Here we are.
Yeah.
So you and Amanda Kemengese is the girls basketball head coach.
Yeah.
She's your assistant AD. What's it been like with her in these last few months, coming, you know, learning a new job and getting used to it?
Well, Coach Kemengese is just amazing, and it's funny for she and I because I actually coached her in volleyball when she was a student here at East 20 years ago or so, and you know, so then now here we are in that office together, and it's kind of surreal, but she's fantastic, and she's got a lot on her plate right now. You know, now that we're in girls basketball season, but it's been a really great experience. We've had tremendous support from Mark Larson and Todd Blomberg and the other ADs in the Southwestern Conference, and from our administration here at East, and so, you know, I've said it tongue in cheek many times, but if I mess this job up, it's 100% on me, because there's a lot of people propping me up and helping Amanda and I out, and we're enjoying it.
Speaking of Larson and Blomberg, I kind of, when they were two coming out, I was kind of say you got big shoes to fill because they were done such a great job, but I feel like you guys are living up to that. How were they like for you in the process of trying to get transition?
Yeah, you know, they're always there. They're always willing to take a call or a text. Todd comes up a lot.
Yes.
Saw him a lot in the fall, and you know, I've said to him, I've said to other people, football, for example. Yeah, I've been to 100 high school football games, but I had never really considered what it takes to host one, right? And be the event host for one and put one on, and all that goes into that, and the planning. And you know, most of us, we show up to a game and we take in the game, and it's just a form of entertainment, but there's a lot of work that goes on behind the scenes, and a lot of people doing a lot of stuff to get ready for that. And that whole thing, not just football, but even a game like tonight, it's all very eye-opening. And so, like I said earlier, I've been blessed to have the help from those guys that we have.
So all these months, you know, you've been AD for a few months now. What's one thing you've learned that you're kind of taking away already that you've learned in these last few months?
Our kids are awesome. Our student athletes and our student supporters, our band, you know, it's been really – I already knew that. But now that I get to kind of work with kids, more kids in different roles, you know, I've never stood down by the band during a basketball game and talked to them like I have this season. And just to see the great things that all of our kids do. I love seeing our student section over there, you know, 15 rows deep or whatever it is. And that's been the biggest joy of this whole thing so far, just seeing what all of our students do, not just our top athletes. It's just such a great place here, great campus, great programs, and I just love being a part of it. I'm lucky.
So you mentioned, you know, volleyball coach 20 years ago, boys volleyball coach, now AD. You look at all those years here at Belleville, obviously there's one thing that's all in common. You like to see young people succeed and young people compete at this level of high school sports level. I mean, what's that been like over the years? I know it's something that's probably very important to you.
It's the factor that kept me going year after year. You know, having the opportunity to work with kids season after season, year after year, and teaching them in the classroom when I was in the classroom more, and That's the thing that keeps you going. You know, that's the kids are what keeps a coach going, what keeps a teacher going. And especially having different groups where you've seen them come up through grade school and then go through your program, as a coach, head coach, just extremely gratifying. And lifelong relationships. We've got Isaiah Hines across the gym right now, class of 2020, outstanding volleyball player for us.
Yes.
Lost his senior season to the pandemic, but he just finished student teaching today at Edwardsville. And some of the kids on the Edwardsville team were in his classes, and so he wanted to come tonight and support them and support his alma mater. And that's just one of many, many, many examples of the joy of coaching and teaching and seeing these kids become adults and then get back to their community. There's nothing better.
Has there been any challenges? What's the biggest challenge you had to face coming to AD?
Has there been any challenges? Yes, just about every minute of every day has been a challenge. There is, I couldn't even summarize it in one sentence, Stephen. This week, for example, as soon as Amanda and I thought we had one issue solved or one problem kind of taken care of, the phone would ring within minutes, or we'd get a text or an email, and it just kind of ebbs and flows and comes in waves like that, I'm told. And we had a couple weeks like that in the fall, and so it's those types of things that you just don't know what's going to happen from day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute, and what types of things are going to pop up. And it has certainly tested our problem-solving abilities, but it's good. I was kind of ready for a challenge like that, and so we're just trying to embrace it and lean into it as much as we can.
Finish this one off. Kim Riley is going to be the new boys volleyball coach in the spring, and she told me news after a girls volleyball game. It was Althoff game, and for me, I know she's going to do a great job. I'm excited for her, but for you, she's been the person that's to the left or right of you on the bench for the last few years. How excited are you, and how do you think she'll do?
I'm thrilled for Coach Riley. This is an opportunity. Honestly, a lot like the AD opportunity opening up for me. It may not have been something that she was looking at a couple of years ago, or even last season.
Yeah.
And so it opened up, and she put a lot of thought and prayer into it, and I'm glad she came to the decision that she did to put her name in, and I think she's going to do great. The boys, she has great rapport with the boys in the program. Yeah. She's coached every single one of the boys in the program, either has an assistant on varsity or on her JV team, or even at camps the last few summers for the younger guys coming in. So I know she's going to do a great job. The most important thing to our program is the culture that we've built.
Yes.
And that, in terms of looking for a replacement, was at the top of my list, maintaining that culture that we've worked very, very hard to establish. And that's just as important to Coach Riley as it is to me, and I know she'll continue that. And I can't wait for their season. I think the boys are motivated to pick up where they left off, and we've got some good players that are going to replace a lot of the seniors that graduated, some guys that have maybe been waiting to get a chance, and I think we'll pick up right where we left off.
Well, Coach, thanks for taking time to join me at the half.
Thanks for having me.
Always a pleasure.
All right, bud.